We are heading to London. Yes, we are flying out from Chicago O'Hare. And if London is on your list, but time is tight, this is how I made a long weekend count. This was actually my first time heading to London. So everything was booked in advance because the pace was going to be very fast and I had to be intentional. If that sounds like how you like to travel as well, go ahead and give this video a like. Now, with a short trip like this, there's no doing everything. It's really all about deciding what's worth prioritizing and then letting go of the rest. Well, I shouldn't exactly say letting go of the rest, but the rest can wait. I mean, we always need another reason to come back. Before we get into those priority experiences, one tip you have to know is that if you are going to get a car service like Uber while you are in London, you will have probably about a 20 to 30-minute wait in the queue if you are arriving in the morning time. So just a heads up there. And the elevators going up to that pickup area can get really crowded. So just make sure to give yourself enough time. London immediately felt grand, busy, and historic all at once. I actually already posted a full hotel review separately, so if you are curious about where I stayed, make sure to click that link below. That video goes way deeper if you're planning your own stay. Now, one of the first things that I always prioritize on every trip is trying to check into my room as soon as possible. Of course, this isn't always the case. Most hotels won't allow you to check in until mid-afternoon, and that was the case here at Inhabit Hotel, but I still had to give it a try. And either way, it was great because I was able to check my bags at least with the concierge and go about my day. Now, the very first activity that I had to prioritize was seeing the theater in London. Yes, the theater in London was absolutely a non negotiable. And seeing a show in London just felt like such a classic experience. It was polished, dramatic, and honestly unforgettable. Seeing The Devil Wears Prada in person, it just set the tone for the entire weekend. And I mean, I got to see Vanessa Williams. I love Vanessa Williams. I've got work to do. Okay, listen, if you know, you know. Go look it up. But if theater experiences like this are your thing, drop a comment and let me know because I'd love to know what theater shows are on your radar right now.
We've had a remarkable time on this journey here at the Devil Wears Prada. We started last year, January, doing workshops. We moved to Plymouth, and then we arrived here at the Dominion Theatre to tell this.
The next day was about getting oriented, and with limited time, a city tour felt like the fastest way to see the city. Now, seeing London from the inside out and moving through it instead of stopping everywhere gave me a real sense of the scale. And it wasn't about trying to learn every detail, Although my city tour guide was incredible. Walter had all the notes and nuggets and I don't even know how he remembers it all, but it for me overall was just about getting a real feel for the city. If this is your first time seeing London through my eyes, then make sure you subscribe because there's so much more on the channel that I want to share with you. And my very first stop on this tour was the Buckingham Palace. And then we also had to check out the Westminster Abbey. The architecture alone makes you slow down, even on a packed schedule. And I had no idea that it was actually right across the street from Big Ben and the House of the Parliament.
Same as that. There's about
Mhm.
500 years difference between the two.
Oh, wow.
Because this was Gothic, because of the French influence,
Hmm.
and then it fell from favour.
Hmm.
And then many centuries later, when this building was rebuilt, there was a huge fire which destroyed the original building. When it
Hmm.
was rebuilt, it had come back into fashion.
Yeah. We passed through the old stomping grounds of King Charles I.
To remind us that the time we executed King Charles I, 2 o'clock on the 30th of January 1649.
Wow. And we drove through neighborhood streets once roamed by Charles Dickens and Harry Potter. Then we had to stop outside of St. Paul's Cathedral.
A famous photo is up on the steps in front of those two big doors in the middle with a dress spread out over the steps. Now,
Beautiful.
when
And if you are curious about where they keep the crown jewels, then you have to pull up to the Tower of London and you'll get another story that's just as juicy as all of the historical monarchy stories are. This 3-hour tour with Walter covered way more than I expected. We made a ton of stops, and he did such a great job bringing London's history to life while tying it back to what you're seeing today. And honestly, the black cab itself felt like a luxury experience. It was comfortable, polished, and done properly. Now, if you're short on time in London, this tour makes a great option, and I've linked it down below. Before we get into the food, you can't have a proper river view without spotting London's giant observing wheel. Now, since this was a short trip, fish and chips were another non negotiable. I tried both Ben's traditional fish and chips and the Mayfair chippy. Now, I've shared full reviews on each of these experiences in my London playlist, so go check out those and then come back and tell me what you'd pick. Believe it or not, in my short trip, I was even able to catch an NFL London game right after my city tour ended. Again, that just took a little planning to time things accordingly. Even though it was my first time at Wembley, it oddly felt like home since I worked in the NFL once upon a time. So it was really nice just being there amongst the crowd for the first time in probably a decade. After the game, the traffic was crazy. I'm talking about the foot traffic, public transportation. If you were taking an Uber, like the car traffic, it was crazy all around. But I just had to get a stop in at the Paddington store because I had to grab some souvenirs for my son. And let me tell you, this store was super cute. They had everything from stuffed animals to books to clothing and toys across the board. And there was something for every age as well. So this was like the perfect quick stop, but at the same time, it also really meant a lot. And it was really one of those quiet moments, even though it was in a crowded area, but it was a quiet moment that really will stay with me from all of my travel experiences. If you make it a priority to bring goodies back home for someone that you love, hit the like button and let me know that you get it. And just like that, 48 hours flew by. If London is on your list, save this video and share it with someone that you travel with because it might help you plan smarter. Now, there's so much more that I didn't get time to in this video, like shopping. So, in another video in the future, I'll focus on that. But if you want deeper dives like my hotel review, food videos, those are already up. So I will link those below. And let me know in the comments what you'd prioritize on a short trip to London.